Hello, welcome to week 4 of the condensed version of using technology to teach social studies. So last week you had a very busy week with several discussion posts and wrapping up your thoughts about your research paper thesis statement, as well as looking at some student-based learning theories so that you can start to incorporate really student-centered objectives and student-centered activities into your lesson plans in your unit. In Module 4, you're going to be doing much of the same thing in planning out your 10-lesson social studies unit or your 2 smaller 5-lesson social studies units. What you're going to want to do this week as you're reading through these resources that I have for you about scaffolding, about differentiating instruction, particularly for your case study student, and effective lesson planning, is start to think about, with your social studies unit, picture the end in mind. So you're going to be using a backward design approach. So the UBD approach, understanding by design, it's a backward planning theory where you plan with your end result in mind. So basically, you think about your objective and you picture in your mind what it will look like when students have mastered your objective. What kinds of things will they say? What kinds of things will they be able to do? How will you know when they've met your objective? And similarly, what will it look like when they have not mastered, when there's misconceptions in their learning, when there's gaps there? So you'll be using this vision along with the course readings to plan your UBD unit planning. So this is a backward design approach in which you will start with your end in mind and think about the full overview of your social studies unit and what it might look like for students as they go from large transfer knowledge down to discrete skills. And so what you'll do is you'll find the UBD outline up here in the course resource documents folder, and it's entitled UBD template for social studies units, and it looks like this. So you'll type right into this document, save it in our course format, and upload it to the Moodle shell. You'll have the details about your unit topic. You'll have your curriculum frameworks, your social studies framework goals here, also your ISTE standards, as well as your arts standards that you intend to incorporate. And you'll begin thinking about your unit all the way from the overarching large transfer information that students will gather at the end of by the end of your unit, straight through the meaning that they will acquire, what they will know and be able to be specifically skilled at the end of the unit. So it goes all the way from a big overarching transfer knowledge that they can apply in real life to the essential questions and essential understandings, down to the discrete skills of what they will know and be able to do. So this is kind of like a tree of large transfer knowledge to essential questions and understandings to the discrete skills of what students will know and then be able to do, where your objective will lie here. So the transfer knowledge is that big takeaway. Why will students benefit as citizens because of your unit? What will they then be able to apply to the real world, and how will it help them become better social studies citizens as a result of participating in your unit? What can they transfer to their real lives? Then what are the big ideas that they will be able to understand? What essential questions might provoke their thinking into getting there? What specifically will they be able to know, and what specific skills will they be able to do? So you'll fill in each of these sections for your overall unit in stage 1. Stage 2 is all about the evidence. What criteria will you measure their understanding? How will you evaluate them? What performance tasks will you use? Think about the constructivist, project-based, and inquiry theories that we studied this past week. What performance tasks might you incorporate so that students can demonstrate their understanding to you? And then stage 3 is a simple outline of your actual learning plan. Tell me summaries of the instructional strategies that you will use, how you'll scaffold your lessons, and a brief outline of what your actual 10 lessons will look like in stage 3. Then finally, back in Module 4, you will participate in this week's discussion forum about strategies for teaching social studies. You'll read this article about what middle schoolers like best and dislike the most about social studies class, and I don't think you'll find the results all that surprising, but I'd like you to make some connections in your discussion post about the information in the article, and then also talk about which of those students' preferred instructional strategies might you try to incorporate in the teaching of your own students. You can do that here in the discussion forum for this week. All right, as always, please reach out to me with any questions or concerns as you work through Module 4.